Alright, today I'm going to tell you guys the untold story behind the mass deportation of Ghanaians from Nigeria in February 1983, which was ordered by the then President Shehu Shagari. And I'm also going to tell you how the coinage Ghana must go back came to be. Yeah, contrary to what many believed, many thought it was Nigerian that first started the expatriation of Ghanaians, but it was the Ghanaians that did that first, and that was in 1969 when the then President Kofi Abrefa Busia deported Nigerians. Then about 3 million Nigerians and other African and non-African immigrants were asked to leave Ghana under the Alliance Compliance Order. So after the expatriation of some Nigerians and some other African citizens from Ghana in 1969, then in January 1983, the then Nigerian President Shehu Shagari issued an excellent order expelling 2 million undocumented West African migrants, more than half of whom were Ghanaians. And the order was allegedly issued in response to religious riots that engulfed part of the country in 1980 and 1981. These West African immigrants had been drawn to Nigeria by the oil boom of the 1970s. But by 1983, the economy had weakened and it was election season. Nigerian politicians hoped that the expulsion will be well received across Nigeria. Up to 2 million migrants were warned that if they did not comply, they would face arrest, prosecution, and forced deportation. Resultantly, they crammed everything they could into trucks, cars, pickup trucks, and taxis and tried to flee the country as soon as possible. The main route to Ghana was westward through Benin Republic and Togo. Following an attempted coup the previous year, President Jerry John Rawlings closed Ghana's mainland border, Aflao, with Togo, and Togo then closed its borders with Benin to avoid the sudden influx of returnees. As a result, once the returnees arrived in Benin, their options were limited and they were forced to remain in the port of Cotonou, hoping to find a boat to Ghana. Tens of thousands of refugees, mostly Ghanaians, gathered at the border between Benin and Togo, two small African countries. The road back to Ghana had come to a halt, hopelessly clogged with vehicles and swarm of refugees, while the border remained closed for the time being. Ghana's government had legitimate concerns that the country, with a population of around 12 million people at the time, would be unable to handle such an influx. Its economy was already in a state of disarray, as at the time food was so scarce and there were hunger and severe drought everywhere in Ghana. After more than a week of being stranded, with many running out of money and going hungry, Ghana reopened its borders, prompting Togo to do the same, allowing Ghanaians to return home. During the migrant return to Ghana, a type of large, cheap method woven nylon checkered bag used to transport their belongings was dubbed Ghana Must Go, and hence the coinage Ghana Must Go. The bags are still very popular in our market, Nigerian market today, also in Ghana and other West African countries today. That is how the name Ghana Must Go came about.